Hi everyone, my name is Fahana. I'm currently ICAEW independent student and have just attempted professional level fundamental case study and business strategy and technology in the recent March 2026 session. So today we'll be diving into ICAEW CFAB qualification. In this video, we'll be covering what ICAEW CFAB qualification is, what we study in this qualification, and who is it for, exam structure, the difference between CFAB versus ACA, its benefits, and lastly the final thoughts. First, let's get to know what ICAEW CFAB is. CFAB, it stands for Certificate in Finance, Accounting and Business. It's the entry-level globally recognized accounting qualification that is offered by ICAEW, Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales. It is specifically designed for people who don't have a background in accounting or finance, so you don't need any prior knowledge to start. One of the key advantages of CFAB is its flexibility. You can study at your own pace and choose when to take the exams, which makes it suitable for students as well as working individuals. Another important point is that CFAB, it can act as a pathway into the full ICAEW ACA. So if you decide to continue your journey, CFAB, it gives you a very strong starting point. Next, let's run through the subjects that we study under ICAEW CFAB. Basically, there are 6 subjects. These are accounting fundamentals, assurance risk fundamentals, tax fundamentals, business insight and performance, sustainability and ethics, business law. So the first one, accounting fundamentals, it helps us to understand basic simple financial statements and introduces us to the double entry bookkeeping principles. Second one, assurance risk fundamentals. It introduces the concept and need for assurance and teaches us how to identify effective internal control systems, information flows and risk management process. Third one is tax fundamentals. It teaches us how to calculate the income tax, NIC, capital gains tax, inheritance tax, corporation tax, also VAT and stamp taxes in very straightforward simple scenarios. Fourth one we can see on the screen is business insight and performance. It basically teaches us how to prepare the essential financial information for effective management, decision making and performance management. The fifth one we have sustainability and ethics. So it introduces us to the fundamentals of sustainability and ethics and how they are relevant to the work of the professional accountant. The last one we have is business law. It introduces us to the principles of business law in a professional environment and introduces company and insolvency law. In terms of who ICAEW CFAB is for, I would say it's mainly targeted at beginners. So if you don't have any accounting background at all, this is actually a very comfortable place to start. It's also suitable for school or college students who want to start building a foundation early in their career. Additionally, CFAB is a very good option for career changes as well. People who may be working in a different field but want to move into accounting or finance. And of course, if you're planning to do ICAEW ACA in the future, CFAB can be a very helpful first step because it prepares you for more advanced topics. So overall, it's quite open and flexible for different types of learners. Now, one of the most common confusions is the difference between CFAB and ACA. CFAB is the foundation level qualification, which means it focuses on building basic knowledge and understanding. On the other hand, ACA is the full professional qualification that leads to becoming a chartered accountant. CFAB, it is more flexible and it doesn't require a training contract, so we can study independently. In contrast, ACA is more structured and they usually require a training agreement with an employer along with more advanced exams. So a simple way to understand this is CFAB, it helps us to build the foundation, while ACA is the qualification that makes us a professional chartered accountant. Now, if we look at the exam structure, CFAB is actually quite beginner friendly. The exams are computer based, so we can take them digitally at an approved center or via on-view remote invigilation. One of the biggest advantages is that they are on demand, which means we can choose when we want to sit the exam instead of waiting for fixed dates. The format is mainly multiple choice, multiple response questions, so we are being tested on our understanding in a very structured way. This makes it less overwhelming, especially if we are new to professional level exams. there are quite a few benefits of doing ICAEW CFAB. First, it helps us to build a strong foundation in accounting and business, which is essential for any future studies or career in this field. Second, it is globally recognized, so it can add value to our CV and improve the career opportunities. Third, it would be the flexibility of the qualification. It allows us to study at our own pace, which is very useful if we are balancing studies with other commitments. Finally, it supports our progression into ACA, making the transition to advanced studies much smoother. So overall, I would say CFAB, it's a really good starting point, especially if we are completely new to accounting and finance. It gives us a clear pathway into ICAEW, and more importantly, it helps us build those strong fundamentals that we will need for more advanced exams later on. If you're feeling unsure about where to begin, this is honestly one of the safest and most structured ways to start your journey. And if you have watched the video until this point, I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you, and I really appreciate it. If you have found this video helpful, please feel free to subscribe and follow along. I'll be sharing more about the ICAEW ACA qualification and my own aspiring ACA journey in future videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.